Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Tidbits of Tasty Tuesdays. Really tasty, right? Yes, it's Valentine's Day, so guess what? Happy Valentine's! And that's not all. It's Valentine's Day and we're doing something really tasty. We're discussing business pitching. I'd like to take you through the process of business pitching, but I will divide this session into twos, and I'll make sure that you get both sessions today. So that's a bonus for you. Consider that my Valentine's gift. Now, the two sections that I want us to deal with is one, discussing the 6 ground rules of business pitching, and then the 10 steps of business pitching. So right now you must be wondering, what in the world is business pitching? Business pitching is the process where the person with an idea or with a business idea or with the business speaks to a certain audience, telling them about the company or the business, what the business is all about, and then again they tell the audience how the audience will benefit from this business, and then how the audience can actually come in and assist in the growth of this business. Having said that, then you must be wondering, was there a relationship between business pitching and Valentine's Day? Yeah, you got it right. Yes, there is. Now, think of the Valentine's story, the love story. It's actually, I consider Valentine's Day the best day to pitch your business. I know it sounds really awkward, but when a certain gentleman is interested in a certain lady, they will call them ahead of time and try to woo them to maybe have a meal with them, take them out. And I'm thinking, if a lady had this gentleman that she really admires, she'll probably do the same. Now, what is that conversation that goes on between these two people, the person who wants to take the other out for lunch or for dinner or for whatever it is? What is that conversation? It is actually pitching. It's not business pitching, but it is pitching. If I wanted to hit a deal right now with someone, a certain director of a certain company, guess what? I would consider taking them out on Valentine's Day. Why? They'll consider it as a treat. However, the words before they can say yes to going out with me for dinner or for lunch, it's going to be a pitching session. So that exercise where I explain to this director, like, hey, look, I'd want to meet up with you for lunch over ABCD. That conversation there, whether I do it by email, whether I do it by text, or simply making a phone call, or I meet them up or at the bus stop, whatever time I get this done, that conversation, consider it as pitching. In most of the organizations, this business pitching is called the elevator pitch. Why? It is so short. It is considered that we pitch our businesses within the same time as it is done when we board the lift and when we get off. We always assume that when we board the lift, the next floor, someone very important, someone who has the muscle that we need in our business will board the lift, and they will probably need to alight a floor before we alight. So we just got like 60 seconds of speaking to them. So the question is, if this beautiful relationship between Valentine's Day and business pitching, there must be some ground rules. I'll give you just 6 of them. Just 6 ground rules of how to go about business pitching before we can go to the steps in the next video. What is the first ground rule? Understand your product. Whatever it is that you're bringing on board, understand it. Why am I saying understand your product? Would you call a lady or a guy that you wanted to take out for lunch without really having known this guy? Wouldn't you do a background check to know who this person is? That's the same thing. Your intention is to go out with them and have a conversation that will result into a relationship. The same way, if you're bringing anything on the table for your audience, you had better do a good research on it. Know it so well that whatever question is asked, you will be able to answer it promptly. Otherwise, you're lost. The second ground rule is know your market. If you have a product, whom are you selling it to? You see, I've had this very interesting conversation. I'm always told when I go for business pitching and I'm maybe in the judge table, I'm told this very interesting statement. Like when I ask someone, who's your target market? And they go like, everybody. I'm like, no, not everybody. If you're selling chicken, not everybody eats chicken. So everybody is not your target market. You need to be able to understand who your real target market is. And I say, sometimes I'm told the general public. I tell people, define general public, because your public and my public are not the same. When we're talking about product, public changes. The word public changes completely. So your target market needs to be very, very particular. We even get to a point where we talk of segmentation. You need to know, we can say, I'm selling dresses for ladies. Yeah, what age, what size, what taste. So when we talk of target market, you need to be very thorough. You need to know who exactly you're targeting. Just like a guy wouldn't ask every other girl out, I'm sure he does a very good choice. You know, it takes time to find out what kind of a girl he would want to take out. Now, our third ground rule is know your audience. And this is where it gets very funny. I've seen people pitch just to the wrong people. Before you even attempt telling anybody about your product, could you take time to know them? It's important. Know the person you're talking to. Why? Not everybody needs to hear it. That's the answer. Not everybody is willing to help you. Not everybody is your customer. We got a wide variety of audience. In your audience, even if you're invited for an opportunity to go and pitch to a whole hall of people, notice you could be having customers, you could be having people who could refer you to their networks. That's another group. You could be having partners who have the muscle you need, maybe in equipment format. It could be anything. Partners, people maybe who have a certain kind of skill that you need. Maybe you're growing something and you need people to market. So you're looking for partners who can help you market. Consider them as teammates. You're looking for such kind of teammates. Your audience could also consist of financial investors, people who have the financial muscle that you need. So this is all within audience, and this is something you need to bring out when you're pitching. That's your third ground rule. The fourth ground rule: be precise, be sharp, to the point. Don't beat around the bush. I've never seen a serious guy asking a girl out and telling a whole story. He doesn't go like, you know, a story is told of this guy who wanted to go out with a lady. Oh, come on. We don't do that. We go straight to the point. We look for the right words to speak to the people that we are interested in. Our audience needs to hear the words immediately. Consider this. We talked about this being an elevator speech. You pitch. You do not have all the time. You have 60 seconds to bring your point up. That's what we call being precise. The fifth ground rule is be passionate. Come on. Would you expect someone to buy into your story if you were not passionate about it? You know, I have this product right here that I don't want to sell to people around. It's not even convincing. It doesn't matter how glorious it looks. At the end of the day, what we are saying is, when you want to pitch, be passionate. Show us, hey, have you ever come across this product? It's a container and you can put sugar in it and you go on. Interest your audience. Keep them flowing with this particular product that you're bringing into the market. And finally, be confident. No matter how shady the product is, in the eyes of someone whom you met earlier, be confident. It's your product. It's your job to put it into the market. And that's your work when you're pitching. Let me take you through these ground rules very fast. 1, understand your product. Understand your market. Understand your audience. Be precise. Be passionate. Be confident. And when you've done this, you can put together your business pitch with the next 10 steps that I'll be giving you in a few minutes. For now, bye. Let's catch up in the next part of this tidbits of Tasty Tuesdays with business pitching.